Hi there, it's Gloria with Glory Be Resale, and I'm here to do the What Sold Last Week. And that was from December 9th to the 15th. And the first thing to sell over on eBay was this 1950s ear flap buffalo check hunting cap. Very Christmas story, Elmer Fudd. And this sold for the full asking price of $40, and the cost to me was $1. Next item was this Sundance 100% silk mini dress, and this sold for $29, and the cost to me on it was $5. Next item to sell was this pair of 1960s quilted insulated hunting pants, long johns, and these sold for the full asking price of $49. Cost to me on them were $2.50. Next item to sell was this Hollister Henley, and this is a brand I really don't like to pick up. I picked it up in a bunch of Abercrombie jerseys at a yard sale. I thought it was an Abercrombie, and it was not. I prefer Abercrombie better. But anyway, this I took an offer of $12, and the cost to me on it was 60 cents. Next item to sell was this vintage Y2K 90s Moto International red plaid tartan dress. And this is something I love picking up red plaid for Christmas. And this I paid $6.49 for, and I sold it for the full asking price of $35. Next item to sell was this vintage Orchids of Hawaii um, tiki cup. Sorry. And this sold for $18. The cost to me on this, I don't know. I didn't even want to buy this, but I was buying a second one that they had at this antique place, and he insisted I go get the other one too. I'm going to say I probably paid a couple of dollars each for them, and this one sold for $18. It did sell pretty quickly, though. That I was surprised. I think I tried to price them fairly so that they would go, and they did. The other one you'll see in a little bit, but this one sold fairly quickly for $18, and it has the I don't know if you can see it there. It had like green rhinestone eyes. Next item. This was these were all probably in a recent. Those two things were in recent haul, and this was the vintage sparkle cleanser, and this sold for um, $36.80, and the cost to me on it was $3. So nice profit and a fairly quick turnaround on that. Next item was this Thread for Thoughts women's organic cotton pajamas. These were just a pair of my pajamas that I got them for a gift. I probably wore them for a while and then moved them along. So I sold them for $14.44, and cost to me was 0. Next item to sell was this pair of Red Wing Irish Setter leather work boots, and these sold for $50. Was it 50 or 55? $55. And the cost to me on these was $5. So that was a nice turnaround. Next item to sell was this LRL man rowing a canoe sweater, and this sold for the full asking price of $109, and the cost to me on this was $20. Next item to sell was this Massimo Dutti flare skirt, leather skirt, and this did have defects on it. So I took an offer, someone sent me an offer for $130, and I accepted that. The cost to me on this was $9.99. Next item to sell was this Quacker Factory embroidered sequins Christmas tree sweater cardigan, and this was new with tags. And I got the full asking price of $39, and the cost to me was $6.49. Next item to sell was this um, Christmas strawberry lights. I don't know if they look like strawberries to me, so that's what I listed them as. But these sold for $12.75, and the cost to me was $2. And the last thing to sell on eBay was this Banana Republic blouse. No, there wasn't a great profit. Just going back here, this wasn't a great profit, but I had bought these and I had never seen them, but there was plenty for sale, so I wanted to move them along quickly and just, get money back. I wasn't going to make any great profit on it. Next item, the last item on eBay, was this Banana Republic 100% silk blouse. I have had this for over 2 years. I bought it because I don't love the style myself, but I bought it because it was new with tags and 100% silk. And, it sold now probably for someone's Christmas gift, but I took an offer of $15, and the cost to me was $4.99. So not a great profit on there. But it's always good to get your money back. If it's not going to work out, just get your money back and move on to getting something better to sell. Okay, over on Poshmark, the first thing to sell was this Patagonia women's fleece, and this sold for $30. Cost to me was $6.49. Next item to sell was this LL Bean, and I don't even know why I bought this. I don't like it. Um, but anyway, I got an offer of $15 and sold it, and the cost to me on this was, I think, $5.49. So no money made there, but I don't know why I picked this up. I don't really even like it. So I did I just wanted to get rid of it again. Next item to sell. The next item to sell was this pair of home interior plastic wall shelves, and these sold for $25. Cost to me on them was $2. Next item to sell was this Cashmere Project green camo sweater, zip front and hooded, and this I've also had for over 2 years. But I did get an offer for $52, and the cost to me on it was $5.49. Next item to sell was this Elijah J, and this is a red brown paisley dress. And this sold, I took an offer of $15 on it, which was all right because the cost to me on this was $1. That was really the only reason I picked it up, was because it was $1 and it was a size 16, which is a good size. So someone got a decent dress for $15. Next item. This one I messed up on. This is a Land's End. I picked it up. Land's End fleece, new with tags, 2XL, and I took an offer or sent out an offer for $29, which would have been fine. The cost to me on it was $6.49. What I messed up on is I accidentally somehow put it with free shipping, which is something I don't ever do. So shipping now, I believe, was $7.98 for, let's see, yeah, $7.97 for shipping, which everybody else gets a shipping discount on Poshmark, but when it came to me, they're charging me the full price. But whatever. So my earnings on it was $15.23, and then you'd have to still minus my cost. So I didn't make a very good profit. I lost $8 because I accidentally put free shipping. So I'll have to watch for that. But I want to say that's probably the first time I've ever accidentally, maybe not. It's a very rare occasion, if any, ever. I don't like to put it on there because I'll forget that I have it on there and put things on sale, and it just messes up. It costs to ship, and I like to put it out there what it costs. Next item is this American Eagle dress. I took an offer of $20 on it, and the cost to me on it was $3.25. Last item on Poshmark was this vintage Wrangler blue corduroy vest, and this I paid $3.25 for, and I sold it for $24. Over on Mercari, I sold this relic belt, and I sold it for $15. I don't know why Mercari didn't put the right price here, but it sold for, I took an offer of $15, and the cost to me on it was, uh, I don't know, maybe, I feel like somebody offered me 15, but maybe somebody ended up buying it for 35, because it says that over here. So anyway, looks like it went for $35. And the cost to me was $3. So that worked out great. The next item to sell was this Calvin Klein hooded jacket, and this sold for $39, and the cost to me on it was $5.99. Last item on Mercari to sell was this women's 686 in infant dry reserve jacket, and this sold for $50. I took an offer of $50. Cost to me on it was $5. So nice profit on that one. Now over to Etsy. First thing to sell was this candle snuffer, and this sold for $15. Cost to me was $2. Next item to sell, and sadly, I accidentally mailed this to the person who got the candle snuffer. And then I found the box the next day with the candle snuffer and was like, uh-oh. So now I'm waiting. This sold for $25. This was the other tiki cup that I had originally bought when he talked me into getting the brown one too. And this one sold for $25. Again, the cost to me was probably a couple dollars. Um, but again, I'm waiting for the person in that got this to mail the other package out. They said they would mail it out for me. I sent them the label yesterday, so hopefully it will get sent out soon so that they could get this package before Christmas. Um, I'm hoping that works out, but luckily, if anything terrible happens, and it doesn't all work out, at least it wasn't a high priced item. But I would like the person to have what they ordered, so hopefully it all works out. Next item was this vintage handmade wood duck goose. It actually looks more like a goose with the long neck. This was a 3-arm towel rack that goes on the wall, and these go back and forth each neck for dish towels, I would assume. So anyway, that sold for $35, and the cost to me on it was $3. Next item to sell was I sold 2 boxes of these tulip flower petal reflector lights, and these sold for $16 a box. I sold 2 of them for $32. Cost to me on them was $1 each. Next item to sell was this Christian Dior Savage mini toilet water, and it was a vintage little bottle I picked up at an estate sale. So I bought, I think, the 3 of them for like $10, so about $3.33, and it sold for $25. Next item, don't pass up on these pencils. There are definitely pencil collectors. If you've watched me at all, I bought a box of these at an estate sale down the street from me. I bought a Stouffer animal cracker box that was a pencil box promotional from the 90s, and all of these pencils and more came in it. And I sold the box, I think, for $20 to $25. I don't remember exactly. I've sold another set of pencils probably for around $29, I think. Might have even, I think there was another one. Yeah, there was definitely one was $25 to $29 for a box of pencils from the train. I just can't think of what it is right now. Chessie Systems, I think maybe. But I sold those for 25. I sold a set of mechanical pencils that were in a package still, missing just one, so there was 5 from the 1990s. Bic Mechanical, I think. Sold those for $29 to $35, and I sold these for $25. So that little couple of dollar box of full of pencils has already made me over $100. So people do buy them, and this was just an odd lot, and this was partially full. Looks, there was a few missing definitely out of this box. I don't know how many was in there, but for this little lot, $25. So great profit on that. This is the same house where I bought all the perfume. And this item was a vintage hand painted owl inside a lucite bookend. It was like one bookend or shelf decor. And this sold for $28. I think this was something I had relisted. And once I relisted it, sold pretty quick. And there's a couple things that I relisted that sold pretty quick. One of them was something I didn't have, sadly. But anyway, $28, and the cost to me was $2.99. Next item was this wood music box, and this sold for $39, and the cost to me on it was $8. I'm going to guess this was probably something I bought at the antique mall, just going by that price of $8. So, but the person was very happy. They've already got it. Uh, Next item to sell. This was something I picked up a long time ago, I think, at a thrift store near Boston. And this is just a faceless lady from Venezuela made out of pottery and signed. And this sold for $28. And the cost to me on this was $3. Next item was the perfume that I was talking about. This is the last bottle, and this sold for $22. And the cost to me on it was, because this was a gift package that I broke up, it was, I think, $3.33, like $1.50. And the last item to sell was this refrigerator tray. This was something I also bought at the antique mall in somebody's clearance. They were closing their booth, and I paid $11.80 for this, or $11.60 for this, and I sold it for $35. And I don't know, took a few months, not terribly long. And that is everything that I sold last week. It was a pretty good week. Again, Etsy has been really stepping up. I'm glad I started it up again, and it's been paying off. Poshmark, on the other hand, um, I found that it's a lot of kind of, well, I was going to say it's a lot of crappy sales. Those were a couple of decent ones. That one was definitely a good one, but $15, and then this one with the accidental free shipping, and so the sales weren't great over Poshmark. I haven't found the sales to be great in Poshmark for at least the last few weeks, if not longer. So we'll see. Again, Poshmark's a lot of used clothes too, which people are not buying used clothes for Christmas. I find that a lot of times I'm not doing bad considering it's Christmas. I find that a lot of times I'll pick up after Christmas, after people have gotten all their gifts for other people, which they're looking for usually new stuff. And once that's all over and you can no longer get anything else shipped, then I find them shopping for themselves and sales will pick up. So we'll see. But that's usually what I find. And that was everything. And I would hope that you would like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Bye. And I hope your sales are doing great. Bye.